And with the welcome, uh, if if you want to say hi and where you're from in the chat, we would love to have you do that if you haven't done so already. And if you are new to Zentangle, number one, you're brave for coming to Tough Tangle Tuesday. And but although today I think it's manageable. This is maybe one of those not as hard as it looks, but there are a lot of steps and a concentration type of thing, which fits into the Tough Tangle Tuesday. But if you're new to Zentangle or just new to us, we'd like to know that too in the chat. And we're collecting birthdays because we're going to start having virtual birthdays. I
Heather,
should.
Heather, I just wanted to tell you something real quick. Something came
Yeah.
across my screen that somebody muted your mom.
Oh, you mute. I didn't see that. Are you muted, Mom?
Well, I was, but I didn't know
Oh,
it.
okay.
How did I
All
do
right.
that?
Or if somebody did by mistake. Yeah. No, actually, you can't do that by mistake. I don't know if oh no.
I don't know.
I tried to turn that off, and then I can't mute anybody either. So we'll assume that it's an oopsie. However, if and is it Lainey?
We have a new to Zentangle.
Yay! Well, welcome. Yeah, and I was gonna say, yeah, Jen, right? Yeah, I say, and if we happen to have a bomber on, we will deal with that. We've only had that happen a couple times, and I know it's because it's a free class and the code is out there.
I'm noticing the people who are putting their birthdays. Oh, and there's one that has Grandma's birthday, March 11th. It's a good thing you're not asking for the year.
Right. Yeah. She said, "You're not necessary." I said, "Good," because I like to live in denial. I don't know what colors I'm using today besides black, but we shall get started. Oh, what is a bomber? So I think Zoom bombing was the first bomb in quotes. Where people would log on to Zoom calls, they weren't supposed to be there and just cause trouble. And we've had that just a couple times, and
and we had that was that somebody was drawing all over what you were doing.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And then and then doing like sending private messages like you're mean or something like that. I don't know. But it was one of those, and I and then I had somebody that was like cutting and pasting the whole chat and putting it in and it was just like, okay, if we're not here to tangle, because and I can exit people as well. So there we go. So today I thought like I said, I have a couple ideas, of tough tangles, but I need to really play with them more. And then this popped into my head, and usually when things pop into my head, it's a good idea. And so I realized I really hadn't done this on. It's been so long, but it was more of a test when I was first getting started on all of this. So, and there was probably like 3 people. Probably just friends. So we're gonna do well who, and let me share my screen. This is one I did this at the one senior place that I teach at, and I remember kind of like doing it and holding my breath a little bit, like, all right, we're gonna see, and they did a great job. It is amazingly. I'm figuring out how to share my screen. It's amazingly. It looks complicated, not necessarily as hard as it looks, and has beautiful results. And before I share my screen, feel free to work on, especially since we have someone new to Zentangle, whatever kind of paper you want to work on, whatever you want to tangle with, pens,
size.
Exactly, could be a paper
shape,
plate, melt on. Size, shape, and then I'll explain the tangle first, and then we'll do it. And it's kind of like sort of free for all, so you can um, have fun with it in whatever way that you want. If things go awry, then you just keep going with it. You can, like I say, you follow me, follow mom, a little of both, and then we'll see what amazing results we have happen. So this is all right. There we go. So this is well who, and I will have my version of the step out. I'm down to the last 3 boxes, and I didn't like I said, I had changed my mind this morning, and I'm like, I don't really want to do that. I don't, the one that I had thought of, and I thought I had this step out done because I taught it a couple times, but apparently I don't. Let me make this bigger. So this really, I mean, it's based on the Tangle well. The biggest challenge I had with it is the spokes coming out and not having a direction. Oh, somebody changed it because I was thinking, you can do
I'm
2 on that
changing.
one. And not having a place to point where they'll go. So like it kind of like sort of no foundation ish, but figured out some workarounds. And I'm glad you're working on a Zentangle, and I'll work on this because that'll help. But at the same time, it is forgiving. So we start off with an orb in the middle, and on my step out, I'll have a little. I put a little box with a step 1, just so that way you do start off with an orb in the middle, and then we'll use the. This is more of a slingshot technique versus take off and land because we're just taking off. But I'll demonstrate that when we draw. But so we're gonna sort of trace around a little bit of the orb and then slingshot off. And I like this being in the square because you can shoot off towards the corners, and that helps. So we'll do that, 4 times. So to each corner, and then come through, do it again, and subdivide. And this one is a little bit shorter than the first ones that we've drawn. Although I think you could probably have them almost the same size and it would work just fine. Then we're going to put orbs in between. And as you can see, the orbs are just a little bit lower than the small spoke that we put in that second step. Then and actually, this is kind of a mashup of a lot of the different tangles. We're going to essentially do an S shape. So coming from the orb, going up to the taller spoke. So the first spoke. So that's a good reason also to make sure that those first or the second spokes are shorter than the first ones, because that way we'll remember which ones we're going to. And as you can see, we go to either side of that longer spoke, doing an S shape and then a reversed S shape. Or honestly, it could be a C shape if you want to, because I see some of these, there's a little flare at the end, but whatever your hand decides to do, it'll do. Because like this one down here, it's more of a C-ish. All right. Then more curve lines. So this one, we're coming from those same orbs, and we're doing a curve line going towards the center and up to those spokes. Finding to start over. Oh, don't start yet. You don't have to start yet. Wait, we'll demonstrate it. We'll work together. So we'll have the curve line go towards the middle, but to the what were empty spoke ends, the shorter ones. And like I said, it's a
I just got muted again, and I
yeah,
didn't.
Mary. Don't mute everybody. And let's see, because I'm not sure. Oh, I see there's a mute all button. So yeah, we'll avoid that. Um, okay. And because I think everybody stays muted so that way we don't have the background noise. Okay. So then we have the same orb. So we're doing curve lines from that same orb. This one is a more of a C shape that goes towards the center. And this, there's you get to pick the place that it goes in the center, honestly. But as you can see here, it's sort of in line with those orbs. Then we're throwing in a little crescent moon in here, and oh no, I'm sorry. See, this is when we get the zigzag. There we go. I missed one. The zigzag style of
See, this
step
is the
out.
problem because of the direction of these things. Is this one done by Maria?
I think so. I have to
Because
read up.
yeah, you go left, right,
Maria
up,
writes. Yeah,
down. Yeah,
yeah. And so,
follow the
oh,
arrow.
Jen. Well, hopefully we'll see you tonight then. Okay. So, what do we have then? 1, 2, 3, 4 curve lines coming from that one orb, and luckily we kind of do them in a row. So this one, so from that same orb, as you can see here, it's going down to the center, so dividing this big space that we have. And this one, I depending on the shape that I have, I might curve it a little bit just so that way I have space on both sides. Oh, okay, Mary. That's all right. um, and then after we've done that, looking, well, you can see here where we have these little bumps. So they are like a little crescent moon, little curve line filled in. Then we're doing a bunch of aura-ing. So then we're going to aura down those channels where that crescent moon is. So just like crescent moon. Then above that, we'll do some aura-ing. And then it's just shading. And she adds this little, I don't know what you call it, I call it like I don't know, it's almost like a little comma here. Although this maybe is in the more of the decorating phase because I don't see it like in some of these samples, but it really
Yeah,
has a neat effect here. This just that, on one side of this other opening, uh, putting this little comma in, and then uh, filling in the opposite side with gray.
yeah.
Um,
Melissa's asking if you have to do the crescent moon thing, but I don't. You don't have to. I wouldn't think. Whoops.
yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay. Elaine has no. Okay. Uh, back. So yeah, so I mean, because really, there's only a couple samples. They did it on an opus tile. This is from Zen again 2018. Could you imagine doing this on an opus tile? That would be it's enormous. I don't know. You know what? It's Zentangle. Play with it. It's okay. If you wanna decorate it differently, that's fine. Part of me,
I don't
I,
like that part of it.
I don't either. To me, it looks like evil squids or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And okay, good, Elaine. So I say, play with it. Because what's neat is the general shape that is created. I'm seeing. Wait, what did I just say? Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you just
I
said the
did just
same
say
thing.
that.
To me,
Especially,
before you get to the playing part, it has a very poinsettia-y looking thing
yeah,
to me.
yeah. That's what I was thinking. And I thought, oh, this would be good. This is good timing for this because it does have a neat flowery look. So you know, well, as we in the Zen again that we were just at, you know, it's not. It's I don't know how you say that. Yeah, I would say that this is more of the decorating phase. So yeah, what I think what especially set me to that was in this step here where they do the crescent moons and they're red. Just that I think that just started my brain down that path a long time ago with this one. But it can, I mean, and it can look, absolutely gorgeous, and not that that's hard to get that out of your head though. That's my problem. So play with it as you will. And we have all of these neat sections then to play. I kind of don't. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe I think I might just play and maybe not to do that or find something else to do down that like orbs or something maybe. Um, but yeah, we can have as much fun as we want. So we shall do that. Oh, let's see. And because I have done this with, see if I even have it here, nicely on a Renaissance tile. And it doesn't really look as much like angry squids as, let's see, right here in this, oh yeah, here.
Are you showing us your step house, or did you
No,
not?
because I haven't finished them. I'm
Okay,
almost,
that's
let's
fine.
see, I'm almost done. I just have these two. But it's,
We can get along with Maria's. That's okay.
yeah, and so yeah, and here's one that I had done previously, and it's like I've actually done some that end up just a little bit different. So yeah, play. It's good. Now I have this pile of tiles that I need to carefully tiles. All right, 10. Good. Okay. Ooh, though.
I just ignored Alyssa's comment.
What did
She
she
said
say? Oh,
something about adding Knightsbridge, but
all of this. I don't know what it is about these gray tiles that I like to do blue on them.
I picked a gray Zendala too, but because
Oh,
it's so much fun to use the white on those here and there.
yeah. All right, I'll find another color maybe to work
No,
with it.
you
But
can
I feel like blue.
you can copy me. That's okay.
Well, I'm using blue, and you're on a Zendala, so
Right, so it'll
okay.
be different.
Here we go. So orb in the center ish, and then and see now this is where I like having corners. But you could still, and we'll see how Mom does it. But if I was doing it on a Zendala or something that doesn't have corners, and as I mentioned, we're going to do this, getting the tile set so that way you can plant your hand and make the nice curve that comes naturally. So I'm going to trace around the orb, and as I said, slingshot off, and head to this corner, just like that. Now, if I was doing it on something that didn't have corners, I think I would do it like this, where I would go opposites. In the square, I wouldn't have to, and then it's almost like you're making an X. But the corners are nice because it's like I don't have to think. And as I mentioned, it is rather forgiving. So the next one is same thing, but we're subdividing. And I was noticing on their step out, as I'm going to the square, I can almost have it be an equal distance. We'll just see what happens. An equal distance, but it's still shorter than the others. But you just wanted a tad bit shorter. And you know what? If it's not, don't worry about it. As long as you remember where your first ones were, good. This will make, well, this is kind of like what we did. It wasn't like the spoken, but this is kind of like what we did with that big opus tile. All right, then orbs. So a little bit down in each, so one in each section, kind of in the center, of the section, but just down a little bit more towards the center than a little lower than your shortest spoke. And actually, as I'm looking at mine, it probably could even be down a little bit more. No, I think this is actually fine. Okay. Then, and then, so remembering where your bigger spokes are, and as long as you pick one, then it's good. So long spoke, orbs. Move my thing down. The orbs on either side of that um, first set of orbs. So on either side. So I'm gonna same thing, tracing around. So that's the takeoff, and then we're gonna land up at that tip. And then the trick would be doing it the opposite way, but I just turn my tile so that way I can do still working with the curve this way. And you have something like that. Mine always to look because it's like I'm looking at that the samples and theirs aren't necessarily even either. And so we're basically, like I said, the longer spokes, the orbs on either side, going to that one, and then just keep turning to do that for each of those four spokes. And if you miss, I just did, it's okay because you can extend that line. It's all good. Oh, Jenny, it does have an optical illusion aspect to it. It really does. Okay, then. Oh, that's right. Then we're going same orbs, but we're gonna the curve is gonna aim towards that center orb, and we're gonna go up to those now empty spokes. So like that. Curve in the opposite direction. One thing you could think of with this is because in this one, just like in Cadent or Huggins, we're not going to cross over this line. So if your brain is going, oh, I'll go this way. Nope, nope, because then we'd have this crossing over here, and we won't do that. In my brain, I'm thinking going under, but that doesn't necessarily translate to anything outside of my brain. And if your orbs end up getting sloppy, and it does look a bit like Toodles. Yep, that's right, Zelda. All right. Then going up. Okay, then we have the ones going towards the center. And again, this is a choice for you, however you want them to go. But I would have them meet at that same place. And don't worry about if your orbs are getting sloppy like mine usually do. I'm trying to be careful because they can just be filled in later or something. Now this is maybe more of the sort of trickier part. So we have all of these big spaces down here. And what's kind of neat is you could stop here and oh, good, Jenny. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we were having that conversation about yeah, keep your things to keep your hand from hurting. So pen grips worked. So we're going to essentially be subdividing all of these spaces. So coming from that same orb, and we're going to go down to the center like that. And then just remembering, so on so this orb, I maybe thinking those original spokes, we're going in towards that. So we're going around, or just think we're not crossing any lines. So we're coming down this way, etc. So then on the opposite side, we're going to go the opposite way. This is where sometimes it's like if I kind of went straight, I add more of an S shape here because I have this bigger space for whatever reason. So feel free to play with that.
Heather, can you explain that opposite side again?
Yeah, yeah. So looking at the top of the squid, right? We'll go with the whole squid.
Top of the squid.
Yeah. So which is your initial stroke. So I'm going to use the orb on the right hand side, and we're going to. I have one more set that I can demonstrate. So we're going to come from that orb, going towards the center. So this line right here, going towards the center and dividing this section. Then going to the left side of that initial stroke, we're doing the opposite of here. So we're going. Actually, what would that be? This is clockwise. The one we just did would be counterclockwise. So the one that's on the left.
Yeah, when you do the one on the left, it has more of a curve at the bottom to or sort of oral the line that you already have.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. But the one on the right hand side is more of a, like you say, a big C shape, whereas the one on the left hand side is more of a like elongated S.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because otherwise, yeah, it would just and I suppose if you just went straight or something, that could work too. Did that make sense? I have one more.
Yep, got it. Thanks.
Oh, right, Kim. Awesome. There is something about when you have to do the opposite side that it's just like sometimes it hurts the brain. But yeah, so here, we have this really gorgeous reticula, if you will, that then we can fill with amazing things. I'm partly here's what I am gonna modify it a little bit. I'm not gonna do a little crescent moon. Here, let's see, and is that? Let me just look back. Yeah, because here is where if you wanted to do a little crescent moon and then aura that all the way down these lines, but I'm going to modify it so it's a bigger, like a seed shape in there. Now it looks like an alien. Well, I was thinking more of a shadow, like this is popped out. So that's where I was thinking. Now that I've gone with it, I'm going with it. But for everyone, this if you want to decorate how you wish, right ahead. I'm just going to modify this. So and I am gonna do the aura-ing down low. And really what I should do is do all of these. Actually, this goes with well, because the Tangle well has the orbs, and then we do the curve lines, kind of like what we did from all of these. But then there's a couple ways you can finish it. And I know I have a thicker. Maybe I'll do something different on the top, so that way it's not looking aliens. And sometimes when you get that in your head, it's just hard to get out. So, and a lot of times I try not to say anything because that way I don't want to input that into anyone's head. I'll let somebody else say it. and go find my. I think I have an 05 of the same color, but I'm almost done. There later. Wait, Alyssa, wait. What are you guilty of?
Oh, I have to scroll down now and see what's going on in the comments.
Oh, saying it looked like it's good. No, that's why I leave it for to see what you guys say. I was like, I don't want to color anything. Oh, and I see what you did. So, Mom, you're just auraing that
Curve.
line. I like.
Yeah,
So there's an idea.
that's what we're supposed to be doing, right? Giving people
Right.
ideas.
That's right.
And I found in my pack of stuff from Zen again this neat red 03 pen. So I thought,
Oh,
because to me it looks sort of, like I say, poinsettia-y looking. I don't know what I'm going to do more, but I'm going to do more.
yeah, and because you could have fun um with the red and green. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna try that later for tonight. That could be fun. Today's is gonna be on the selfish side, I think, or I don't know.
I'm thinking, well, I could go get my colored pencils because they're not too far away. Um, I'm thinking of going just the opposite. Oh, I just had an idea, Heather.
Well, yeah, listen, since we are on the same wavelength a lot of times, which is kind of frightening. But yeah, having fun with that red and oh, I like that idea. Oh, see, it's the whole great minds thing.
Oh, I am loving this.
Yes, I like it
Much
too.
better than the whatever they did, whatever she
They,
did.
that on those sections, they just filled in one. Well, actually, and I take on one of the samples, she has them both filled in. With the same color, the blue one. Um, and then the other one, it's just looks like um kind of like what we did with the magnifying glass thing, where it's like bales, but you keep auraing and auraing
Uh-huh.
around the sides until you have a little space, and um then put like an orb in. Well, Zelda, that's why we've got we do it again. Like tangles like this that can have multi purposes. I mean, you could totally. So like, I need to make sure that I have this in my spooky tangles category on my website, because you could totally go with that and have fun with it. But you can also make it elegant. See, when they'll do some shading, and that's what's so fun. Like I said, this one it's not tough in some respects as like some of the other ones that we have done, but at the same time, kinda, knowing, okay, which direction am I doing that curve, like getting the initial part all set up. And I am not worrying about if anyone is copying me, following. Sorry, no. I'm not worrying about lining up these lines. This one is kind of nice though, because of the repetition in in the beginning, or not necessarily in the beginning, but in this part is a nice, be a nice relaxing tangle. And actually, I mean, when you get the other steps, it's not that bad once you know, kind of have to do it once, and then it's like, oh, okay. And really, I don't know, you know, if you got things out of order, as long as you know the direction that they're supposed to be heading. I was gonna say that I don't know that the order necessarily matters. Where you know one thing, except for the beginning, you know, like so if I did like these curve lines before I did these curve lines, it's not going to cause a problem. Nice and big, so they want to fill in. And I mentioned the opus tile, and for those that don't know, the opus tile is like a 10.5 inch square. It's 3 tiles wide, and what I'm working on is 3.5 inches. I can't even imagine. Although I can now. Maybe you should try it. Ooh, I should try that for the red and green after we practice it this way. That's gorgeous, Mom.
What?
That's it. That's gorgeous.
Well, thank you. I like these ones that, I mean, it's not as tough as you think. But
Right.
then we have done ones on the regular day that people think, what? This is tough. You should have kept this for Tough Tuesday.
Right. Well, this one I knew. You know, it's the number of steps, because this one
Yeah.
does have um 12 steps, but really should. Well, no. Let's see. Well, I mean, yeah, because they have 12 steps. Really should be 13, because I personally like knowing that the orb is what starts it off. Because if I didn't know, then I could think, oh, somehow I have to make a curve line, and then like the orb is developed through that first step. So that's why I like to separate those things out. So that way it's like, okay, now it makes sense. Okay, Lainey, good. I can draw. I love that. Yes.
Heather has those moments every once in a while, like, look what I did.
Look at that. Oh, I wonder what that if I did straight lines coming down on the top. I'm going to ponder this for a moment. And did those curve lines, what would that look like? It might just look interesting, so I should therefore do it, shouldn't I?
I think I have to go get my colored pencils or pens or something. Is this one that goes past 12?
No. It just goes.
Oh,
Oh no,
okay.
it just goes to 12.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. So I'm gonna do like what Mom did, and like I said, you know, if you want to aura these, I'm just gonna go off a little bit here. Ooh, maybe I should just do that. Divide it again. That's going to be a bit small, maybe. So let's just go with it. And then this is a technique called rounding, where you just round off the corners of the edges like this. Oops. Oh, I'll decide that later. Fill it in. Which then means I've changed the whole look of those what I was calling alien eyes. Ah, okay. I think I like it. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're welcome. That's right. Oh. Yeah, and for me, yeah, that I can draw because that it's like I'm creative. I've always been creative in other ways, um, more musical than anything. I like to do counted cross stitch, but then I'm following instructions. I remember I was working on this enormous. I have to have mom take a picture of it. A counted cross stitch. It was a 3-piece thing, and I was staying with my grandma, my mom's mom at the time, and I was like, oh, I need to go, get whatever color, and because I'm following the pattern, and that's it. And she's like, well, just put any color. I'm like, no. Somebody took the time to design this, and they know all of it better. I am not going to mess it up. And then, and it's like, so, and that was all fine. But what's so funny is, and I didn't think about this until now. I think I sat on finishing that for 6 to 9 months. I'm talking about that Amish thing I made for you, Mom. And, and I sat on it because it had wagon wheels, and they didn't put the spokes of the wagon wheels in the pattern. And then there were also French knots, and it's like, so the randomness issue, which is very silly to me now, but but at the same time, it's like, nope, nope, I have no idea how to do that, and I wasn't, you know, I didn't have like the processing part of my brain plugged in, because I was like, if it's not on the pattern, I don't know what to do. I'm just, throw up my hands. And I did it for a while, and then something clicked, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. I think I used a magnifying glass on the sample picture, and figured out how to do it. But that and the French knots, because it's all kind of on that random scale. But yeah, so not being the artist, and not ever feeling like I could draw stick people to save my life, I can draw. Totally get it. I think I put in my, like, a bio thing that I wrote. It's like, I conquered high school art class that I didn't realize was in my brain still until I did this. I'm like, oh, if I could only go back. Oh, I like this a lot better now. Okay, that's a way to deal with it. And I can round these a little different shape. Yes, but I do like the little swooshy comma-y thing on the one side. And so, of these, uh, here, and I'm gonna look at hers again just because I need to. But you don't have to add this. Oh, it goes up. So she adds this little almost like the end of what we call fancy fescue. It's like a little tethered orb or thought bubble. Then
This might be my Christmas card
ooh,
because I haven't thought of anything else yet.
I like that idea. And yes, I use swishy comma e thing. Yes, that is in Heather's dictionary of uh, Zentangle words. Oh, and I'm actually, let's see, get a blue chalk pencil. A darker one. I think it's getting to be about time though. Gosh darn it. Oh, it is. Well, 5-minute warning.
That's all I need.
Indigo blue it is. And so I'm using this indigo blue for shading, where I would normally do graphite. I'm putting it on down that center line, but then on the inside of these others. And, oh, good. And just bringing it in. I love how it changes color.
When I went upstairs to get my pens, 2 days in a row, I was thawing out some soup for lunch.
Yeah.
Yesterday, chili. Today, barley lentil soup.
Mm-hmm.
Both days, I forgot that I was heating it up. And
Oh,
yesterday, I managed to salvage the chili. I don't think I can salvage the barley lentil today.
oh no.
Totally scorched it. That's okay. I have more.
New taste sensation. Like a blackened chicken, right?
Yes, this is
Which is probably, yeah, yeah, somebody just burnt it and
past that stage.
one side here done. Yeah, Zella says microwave. Yeah, that would fix that problem.
Well,
Although,
um, the my microwave, which it wasn't that old when it sort of stopped working. It would stop and
yeah.
start, and so we sent in because it was under warranty, and they paid us for it because it would have been more to have it repaired than it was worth. So they sent us a check for it, and you were supposed to take it out and destroy it and get another one with that money. Well, we never did. Um, but and it was working just great. All of a sudden, like the last month has been working just fine. Well, all of a sudden again, it decided
Uh,
not. It only works if you stand there leaning against the door.
oh no.
And if it's only a minute, that's okay. But if you're trying to thaw something out,
Yeah.
no. So it might be time to break down and go get a new one like we were supposed to. Oh, I could do elegant all the way around this outside with this gold pen. That
You
might be very
could.
beautiful. And then, hmm,
And 1
and
minute warning.
I think this will be my Christmas card. You know,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Oh, Zelda says she's she's scorched turkey gravy by nuking it. I accidentally forget what I was cooking. It was a frozen those chicken melts that I used to get, and I think I was probably talking on the phone, and I don't normally have this issue of like I put in one additional digit, and I'm talking on the phone, and I'm like, what am I smelling? And nope, I totally it was almost on fire in the microwave. So,
Not retrievable.
no, and almost. I mean, luckily it was a um, microwave. Down in the shop. We got it. I mean, it looked almost new from the thrift store, but. Oh yeah, see, Zelda, I did something similar. Yeah, I put in 20 minutes instead of 2 minutes. Yeah, exactly. All right, so that's going to be gorgeous, Mom. And and I'll just as a thought for people, because my mom says this is going to be your Christmas card. If you have a decent printer, you do your work, scan it in, and then print it out as your cards. So
That's what I'm going to do.
that's what she's going to do. So if people were wondering, no, she's not going to do that for each one.
No,
Do the
I
work
have
once.
learned my lesson.
And you could do something though where you add maybe a little bit of bling afterwards, because like the gold, who knows how it's gonna come out, but
Yeah, because a lot of times that the gold doesn't look sparkly, and I have done that too.
right. Yeah, Alyssa says, and feel free, guys, to open up your webcams. At least get them open, and then I'll let you know when we're um
I'm sending you all a
ready to take
virtual
the
card.
screenshot. There we go. Yes, Steph says, "Are you saying?" Well, see, Steph, then everybody would have to put their address in as well. So, oh my gosh, Sandy says her son, when he was a teenager, blew up her microwave by trying to dry his underpants. That sounds like something that my Steve would do. Oh, look at these! Wow. Oh, let's see. Oh, I say and oh, gorgeous.
Oh, I love genies.
Uh, saying
I wish I
Linda's.
had
I'm just
curly
seeing kind of
cues on
black.
the leaf things. I'll have to do it. Oh well, I could do it tonight.
Ah,
I also might come
wow,
back
wow,
and
wow.
shade in some more red and green to make it look more red and green. See,
Yeah.
look at everybody's thinking poinsettias.
You planted that seed. All right. Well, let me see. We might have two screens here. Let me look. Oh, let me get my other things. All right. Let's see. Oh, I do have a couple on page 2. All right. So these are so nice. Okay. So if this is everybody, so say Linda's, I'm just getting the black screen for whatever reason.
I'm looking for.
And I say I have a feeling it's just a bandwidth.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, it's just a bit, and other people might be able to see it. All right, so hold them steady. We'll get what we get. All right, and I did see that Luna put in. I got one. Hold them one more second. Okay, I got both pages, so that's good. And let me quickly save so that just in case.
Who was the new person that hadn't done it before?
Oh, she didn't share hers.
What?
Hold on 1 second. Oh no, that's not what I want. This is nope. It's Tough Tangle Tuesday. That's right. What is this? Ah, AM1, and it was at Laney, and that's okay. And thank you. I think Luna put up my contact information. And let me save this one, and then I'm going to share my screen so we can all enjoy these. I say, anybody, if you either weren't finished or things didn't work, you can either, if you're on our Facebook group, which I think that was in the links that Luna put up, I will swipe them from there, or if you want to email it to me, that's great. But looking at page 2 right now, and that's gorgeous. Oh, and Zelda kind of looks like you did like a little bit. Looks kind of I can't fix us.
Yeah.
Ish. Oh, that is so cool. And Tony, love that. Love that. Doing multiples like that and then filling in. That's just brilliant. And Diane, gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I know we've had fun with that one before. And I like the extra long strings coming out of those other spokes. That's neat. That's a neat idea. Oh, they do. Yeah. They do look like leaves. The center yellow. Mm-hmm. Love it. All right, let's go to the first one. And yeah, and I liked Tony's colors too. And yeah, and Wendy, exactly right. This is a tangle that allows everyone to look like an artist. And you see how it's kind of forgiving. And you just do with whatever you have, however the curved lines ended up. It's just how they end up. And then it's okay.
Heather, could you move it up so we could see the 4th row, please?
Yep, let me get rid of that.
Thank you.
There. And there we go. And I can move it down again to get the tops of the top people. Oh, Alyssa, yours do look like they were cut out and pasted on that paper. That's amazing.
Oh, I love Roberta's. I love all of them.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah, I might have to try this again tonight and see which one I like the best to use for. I'm not going to jump ahead and print this out right away.
Yeah, yeah. And
but I do like it.
Love all of them. And oh yeah, okay, yeah. And how did the similar thing that you had done, but did the aura-ing as the step out shows, and that it's a neat contrast having aura lines going one way and then the other, and actually and Deb did the same way. How cool. And I like Diane Rachel's putting orbs on either side of that center on the top part. That looks completely different. Look at Diane Rachel's here.
Where I'm looking.
It's underneath Alyssa.
Oh, yes. I like that.
It really pops out that center part.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks, you maybe add an extra, looks like maybe added an extra curve line in there. And I like Elaine's aura-ing that inside. Oh, they're all so gorgeous. Oh, and Felicity, yeah, just aura-ing the top. And just leave the bottoms and coloring the alternate. Oh, so neat. So neat.
It's just
No.
not finished.
I'm just not finished. It's gorgeous, though. Oh, they're all so amazing. Oh, so neat. And Rosita, yours looks good. Oh, and looking at Sandy's too. Aura-ing going just half. I can't wait to see when you finish. That's going to be amazing. And Sharon's doing, adding this shine, filling in every other, doing like stripes and adding that shine. And looks like alternating them. Oh, so smart. So smart. And Steph's too. So we have gotten rid of the angry squid.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any angry squids in any of those.
No, they're gorgeous. So actually, I'm going to say bye to the recording.